All right, let's talk about secretly messy homes because for a long time I lived in one. And so today I'm going to be listing off 17 sneaky little signs that give away a secretly messy house. Now, before you come for me, these are not necessarily my opinions. A poll was done online where thousands of people responded and said that these are the signs that would give away if someone was living in a secretly messy home. All right, starting off strong, the first one is the smell of someone's home. As soon as you walk in, if you smell garbage, cat litter, dog, urine, if there is an odor, the immediate signal to the brain is that this home is not clean. Now, it may look visually organized and tidy, but if there is a smell, it immediately sends a signal to the brain saying that this home is actually not clean. All right, the second thing that a lot of people actually mention kind of goes along with the first one, but that's having dirty sponges or dirty hand towels in your bathroom, your kitchen, anywhere that you have sponges, maybe washcloths and towels. You want to make sure that they are clean, because as soon as someone comes and sees that, hey, you have a mildewy sponge in the sink or a hand towel that is gray, discolored, and just nasty looking, that's going to signal to them that it's not a clean home. All right, the third one that a lot of people said, but I don't agree. Even though this is in my zone cleaning schedule, I tried to get to it, but a lot of people said baseboards. And honestly, in reality, baseboards is probably like the last thing on my list of things to clean. The goal is always to get to the baseboards, but I'll be perfectly honest, like if you go into my house right now, I haven't had a chance to get to my baseboard. So if people were going to judge my home based on my baseboards, I feel like it's not a fair comparison, but a lot of people mentioned this one. Okay, the fourth thing that people said, I will agree with this one. It is a dirty toilet base. So not just like the rim of the toilet or the toilet seat, but if you like look down or behind the toilet, the base of the toilet will tell you a lot about someone's cleaning routine. All right, the next one I got a lot of flack for online actually because I posted a video talking about having a clean and organized freezer, especially for the sake of if you have guests. And a lot of people had a lot to say. Well, I would never go and check out my friend's freezer, or if I'm over as a guest, I would never go into their freezer to check if it's clean. I'm not saying people specifically check someone's freezer. I'm saying that as you're hosting people, and if you're pulling things out of your refrigerator or your freezer and it's a jumbled mess and it's dirty and disgusting, whether people tell you or not, they're going to take notice. Now, this next one to me was kind of like a no-brainer, but it's having dirty dishes in your sink when people come over. Obviously, I know dirty dishes in the sink are just a normal part of life, but if you know someone is stopping by or if you're hosting some kind of get-together, it's best to take care of those dishes before people get there. The other pet peeve for me is when, even if the sink is empty, but there's food in the sink, or like the garbage disposal went up and dispersed the food that was in the garbage disposal all over the sink. Like, to me, that's like, it's just like so gross to me. All right, cat owners, brace yourself for the next one. A lot of people mentioned that if they came over to someone's home and they saw their cat on the table or on the counter, that they just simply would not eat there. And as someone who owns and loves her cats, I get it. I really, really do. But at the same time, most of the time, I don't care. Unless I'm going to serve food directly from that counter or directly from that table. I mean, we eat from plates, for crying out loud, and it's not like I prep my food on those counters. I'll use a cutting board and I'll wipe down my counters before I prep any food, but I get it. I think this opinion is completely justified. So just keep in mind, if you have people that are over that don't necessarily like cats or pets, keeping your cat off the counter is probably going to be a good idea. Okay, this next one I wholeheartedly agree with, but still struggle, and it's having a dirty stove. It's not that I struggle with cleaning my stove, it's that if I'm hosting someone, typically I would have used the stove or the oven to prep my food. It probably got dirty in the process of preparing that meal. So when people come over, I think my stove is probably going to be dirty, but I also want to let people know that my stove isn't always dirty. It's just dirty because I prep my food for you. So this is one of those things, like, I get it, but I don't, because it's a stove. It's going to be used, it's going to be dirty, but this is also one that a lot of people had a lot of opinions on. The ninth sneaky sign that people mentioned was the inside of a microwave. If they're over at someone's house and they happen to see the microwave, and if it's splattered with grease, food, and all kinds of stains, that it's going to give away that secretly that home is not as clean as it may appear. Which, to be frank, I forget about the microwave all the time. I will clean top to bottom when guests come over, if I'm expecting company, but I will literally forget about the microwave. So as I'm like opening up the microwave to warm something up, I see it and I pray that my guests aren't weren't looking in there, because literally 9 times out of 10, I will forget about the microwave and clean everything else. The 10th thing that a lot of people said that they pay attention to when they come to someone's home, if they're kind of looking for cleanliness, is paying attention to ceiling fans and vents. Again, this is making me so like self-conscious to bring people to my house after I hear all of these. Even though I see these things, I notice these things, I personally don't care if I go to someone's home, but I guess some people do. So now I'm like super self-conscious about having dirty ceiling fans and vents. Again, these are part of like my zone cleans, but realistically, do I get to all of them all the time? No. But I can see that people really do pay attention. And then in some way, this is kind of validating my need to constantly clean. Okay, let's talk about smelly, greasy, dirty cups and dishes. We're talking about like clean ones, like when you're serving people, and a lot of people describe this phenomenon when they would take an empty clean glass to like fill with water and then go take a sip of water. They would have like a weird funky smell. Some people described it as smelling like egg or smelling like a dirty, musty dishwasher. I don't know how to describe it, but I totally understand what they're talking about. If I go to someone's home and I am given like a cup or a plate or some kind of silverware and you feel that it's greasy, like nothing will throw off my appetite faster than that. And then also picking up a glass, I guess, and smelling it and having it stink. This is kind of why I'm so particular with the way that I wash my dishes. I almost never hand wash. If I can sanitize it in the dishwasher, I will, because the heat is going to kill off any kind of smell. And the 4-hour process that it takes to wash my dishes in the dishwasher, I know that it's going to come out grease-free, clean, sparkling, and just smelling really good. All right, the 12th thing that a lot of people said was sticky, greasy surfaces. So the refrigerator with sticky fingerprints, guilty. Countertops, cabinets. Honestly, before I discovered my little mop where I just mop and wash my cabinets really quickly, I used to have pretty greasy cabinets, because how often do you have time to get a ladder, get up there, clean everything? It rarely happens, but because I have that mop, it's a lot easier for me now. But I understand the concept. Like if you come over and you know the counters are sticky, the refrigerator handle is covered in gunk, the water dispenser line is crusted over with calcium. I get it. It signals not clean to me. Okay, we talked about the stove, we talked about the microwave, but let's talk about things like the air fryer, the tea kettle, the coffee machine. All those things are things that people pay attention to. And if your tea kettle is covered in calcium deposit, if your coffee machine is covered in coffee stains, if your air fryer looks like it was air fried, I think it's time to clean those things, because maybe you won't notice those things, but definitely your guests will be able to tell what you do and don't pay attention to. Number 14, I'm pretty sure my husband paid off the people to say this, but it's pet hair on furniture. This is his biggest pet peeve. I get it. I love my pets. We have 2 dogs and 2 cats, and pet hair just goes everywhere if you don't maintain it. I will say that we do a really good job of vacuuming and using my little roller to get rid of all the pet hair on our dining room chairs, on our couches, on our rugs. Between the Dyson and my little Black & Decker pet hair roller thing, like we stay on top of our pet hair. But I understand, like if you go to someone's house and you sit down, and then especially if you're wearing black and you get up and you're covered in pet hair, that definitely signals that A, they love their pets, but B, they probably didn't take the time to clean, vacuum the surfaces where you're sitting. Okay, here's another one that I will wholeheartedly agree with is overfilled garbage cans. Whether it's your recycling bin in your pantry or your garbage cans in your kitchen, in your bathroom, in your bedrooms, if it's overfilled, overflowing, and there's just like stuff spilling out, not only is it going to stink, but it's gonna look so messy and so gross, and it just makes you feel like nobody takes care of that space. Number 16 is something I literally just started paying attention to maybe a couple of months ago, and that's light switches. So a lot of people said, hey, if I go and I see like dirty, greasy, fingerprinty light switches, that's going to signal to me a dirty home. When I had recently discovered my Zepp wall spray, I had also sprayed it on some of my light switches, and the gunk and the muck that was coming off of them was astounding. And I don't know why I didn't really correlate light switches with dirt before, because it makes so much sense. Hands are touching those light switches all the time. So dirty fingerprints, whether from kids or adults, are constantly getting on the switches. So now that I have my little Zepp wall cleaner spray or any kind of like Lysol wipe, baby wipe, I will go in there and I will like regularly just like wipe them off, because that is something that I now pay attention to. And the last one is something I completely wholeheartedly agree with as someone who doesn't allow shoes inside of a house. If I come to someone's home and they say, don't worry about taking off your shoes. I know that they allow shoes in the home, and to me, that's like if you do nothing to keep your home clean, but at the very least you take off your shoes where you walked around outside and goodness knows what, but then you're trailing it into the home. So to me, if you're allowing shoes in your home that you're walking around in, you know, feces, dirt, mud, gum, like other people's who knows what, if you're allowing that into your home, I have doubts about other things that you may allow in your home. All right, guys, take everything with such a tiny grain of salt. There is no way that anyone can keep up with all of these things. I personally do not. I think it's completely unrealistic to keep up with all of these things all at once, but it was interesting to hear what people notice when they go over to other people's home and how they judge their cleanliness based off of that. Again, these are not things that I'm saying that if you do or don't do, you have a dirty home, but they're definitely things that I've been guilty of. But now that I'm aware of them, I definitely pay more attention to them, and I tend to want to clean those areas more often. If you have a sneaky sign that signals to you that someone's home may not be as clean as it presents, and I didn't mention it in today's video, I would love to hear it down in the comments below. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, subscribing. I will see you guys in my next one.